to all the party people in the place to be. We hope you're doing well on this fine day, evening, night, morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. We hope that you're happy. We are jumping back in with Alchemy Factory, kind of where we left off. The last one, we did our turquoise, got that in the store, and we're now selling gemstones. And then we ended the video talking about the Jupiter Relic and how we got to do all these things to get this Jupiter Relic going. What I tried to do to try to expedite the video is if we look at Jupiter, we need 120 per minute wood planks. Luckily for us, our belts are 120 per minute. And so what I did was I took all the wood from over here and I have all of that feeding in. I got a priority splitter here. I'm dumping all the wood that's backed up, but I took all the wood from this setup because we're making 24 per minute wood and we have 5 stations. So that's 120 minutes. Sorry, 120 per minute wood is being made by these guys. So that's all the wood we need for the Jupiter. So I went ahead and, fed that all the way in. I got that in right here. And so now we're ready to get on with the next thing. And the next thing we want to do is the wooden gears. And so the way wooden gears work, let's bring this over here and get a processor. And we'll face it that way. And the way wooden gears work is you need 5 per minute large wooden gears to create 15 per minute small wooden gears. And so we need 180 per minute wooden gears. So 180 divided by 15 is 12, if I'm not mistaken. 180 divided by 12 is 15. Yeah. So we need 12 of these guys. So what we'll do is we will lab stand this guy like so. And then we will copy that. Cut, put that down. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. And on that 6th one, we don't need the lab stand. So we'll get that out of there. All right, cool. And then we need 12. So that's 6. So we need 12. So let's copy that. And we'll F that and drop that there. And so there's our 12 processors. So we need 5 per minute large wooden gears. So we'll just dash over here real fast and we will see wooden gears are 10 per minute coming out of the grinder, and the table saw produces 30 per minute. All right, so if we come back over here, each one of these needs 5 per minute. So that means one grinder can do 2 of these things. So if we put that up like that, that one grinder can manage all of that. So let me create just a little bit of space here. Let me just go over one just to create a little bit of space. There we go. All right, so that's that. So now what we want to do is get a piece of wood on here. And then I am going to lab stand. It's going to waste a little bit of nails, but I like being able to see what's happening. And then we will do this as well. Maybe if I can get my mouse to do what I want it to do. And we'll come across like so. Then we will cue that, and where's my grinder? Yeah, so we put that there, and then there we go. And I think we just need to do that 4 more times. So let's go B, and can we copy? I had too much there. want this. Nope, let me do it from this side so I can see. All right, we got this, we got that. We come up and bing, we got that. So now let's F, and we'll put that there, and we'll put that there, put that there, and we'll put that there. And I'm gonna need a box to stand on. Might need two. All right, B and R, and we want it like that. Doesn't really snap that great. No, I don't have it in the right spot then. Come on, I just had it. There we go. All right, cool. And then, all right, so I got that part set up, and then now I need to figure out where the wood is gonna come from. So let's say the wood is gonna come from here at 30 per minute. What if we do this, and let's just say, let's say the wood comes in here, like so. I want the wood to get divided into threes. So I want like 30 to go there. And like this is where it gets tricky with these big builds like this, right? When you get into these complex builds, you need it to like flow, and you can't take a risk on things getting caught up and paused. So like if I just came up in here and had it all on one line, it's not going to divide like 10, 10, and 10, which is what I want. Because I want 10 going to each grinder. So I think what we need to do is I need to, because let me explain this. So if I put this here, right, all 30 are going into that first grinder, okay? If I took a elevator and I put that elevator here, for instance, and I wrote it up and I did this, right? So if I go lab stand, where's my lab stand? So if I put a lab stand there, and then I put this here like so, right? So what's going to happen is the 30 wood is coming, right? One's going to go that way, one's going to go this way, right? So that means 15 that way, 15 that way, and then I still got to get it up to this guy, right? So if I put a lab stand here and I put a elevator here, for example, and I did this, then what's happening is 15 is going to the bottom one, 15 is coming up, and then 7.5 is going that way, and 7.5 is going that way, or however the math works out. But it's not going to be 10, 10, and 10. And so that is an issue for flow. And so what we want to do is we want to try to make sure we're getting it 10, 10, and 10. And I think the best way to do that is going to be if we divide it here. So if I go here, if I do that, and I do that, and I do that, and then what I can do is I can do that like that. And then I can go lab stand here like so. And then I can do that again right there. And then right here, I can do an elevator like this, up like that. And then that guy can go in there. And then this guy, whoops, I got to get these shortcuts set up. All right, that guy goes there. That guy goes there. I can do a little lab stand here. And then right here, I can grab another elevator. Go like that. I can come up. I can go like that. 7. Boom. Like that. Okay. And so now what's happening is I can go like this and like that. And now when the wood comes in, it's going to go 10, 10, and 10. And it's going to divide it up evenly amongst those 10. All right. And then that's going to feed these guys 10 on each one of those floors. So that's what I want to do there. So if I come over here and I then put down my table saw and I put my table saw there like that, that's going to give me 30 coming off and it's going to go 10, 10, 10. And it's going to distribute it evenly. Now there are a little bit more belts, so it's going to take a little bit for, you know, stuff to catch up, but the grinder is going to take a few seconds. And so that should allow everything to back up and play nicely. So now that I have that set up that way, I think what I want to do is come on this backside and do the same thing for this next guy. So if I take him and I put him here like this, and then I don't want to go like 3 high like that because I feel like that's a bit much. Let's go. Let me finish this off. So we're going to throw that there. And that's going to be a grinder there. And then we'll do another block there. And then we're going to do another grinder there. And then we're going to do a block here. And then, my math off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I did an extra. Okay, that's what's going on. X. No, I don't want to do that. So technically the math was off. It's just when I copy pasted, it added the extra one on there, just like when it had the extra top layer. All right, there's that grinder there. So I could get rid of this. And I could get rid of that. Yeah. And I could just slide this over 1. Like so. So let me do this. Just keep the space tight. I want to keep the space tight. All right, T. And we're going to put that there like that. There we go. All right. 1, 2, 3 there. And so, yeah, now we just need to do the same thing. So if I do this and F and we throw that there. And then do I just take, do I just go ahead and do that? Maybe I do. Maybe I just go ahead and do the elevators that way. Keep it simple. It's not a compact build, but you know, it is what it is. All right. And we throw this down in there. And we do this. And that. No, what in the world was that? That was a mind of its own. There we go. I'm gonna need a box. Here. Thank you. All right. And then we'll do another elevator right here. Bring him up. Like so. And I'm sure there's a more compact way to do this. I'm not good at the compact builds. I really need to practice. I know the devs mentioned they were going to release a sandbox version where like you can just go build stuff. I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome because I need the build help. Let's do that there. And we need the little small one here. There we go. And a last elevator right here. Like so. Alright. And it's not liking. Can I jump up there? No. Okay. Let's see. Let's delete that and let's do this. I gotta get faster at building. Alright, stairs. 7. There we go. Alright, so now all of our... So we got our wood going in, all that stuff's coming in there, and then now we just got to get these guys out. They're coming out at 15 per minute, which is 180, which our belts are only 120. So we need this to come out in 2 belts. And so what we're going to do is, first thing I want to do is just move this build. All right, let's T that. Rotate that. So our money line is there. And we need one for... I think this needs to go here. Drop that there, and let's come down here. I might be off by 1. Let's grab that. Yeah, I don't think I can get a portal in there. Do I have a portal on me? I do. Alright, and where's my portal? There's my portal. Nope, I need to go out one more. Okay. Alright, and let's do this. No. Let's do this. And cut that. And let's put 1, 2 right there. Perfect. And we get our portal. We throw that there. We throw that there. And we don't have any of the stoppy thingies, do we? Yeah, we do. 1, 2. Just enough. Perfect. I love it when the math works. All right. And we throw those in there because we need to save every penny on this playthrough. All right. And then we can set this to log. And we can set that to log. Okay. And then those will buy logs. And then that'll make the gears, and then we just need to get 2 belts out of this. So let's go like that, and then we will grab this and transform that, so that will come in there. All right, and that. Whoa, wait, why does that? There we go. And we hit this, and we will go lab stand. There we go. That's going to go there. And then we will, it'd be nice if, let's see if that was the other way. Let's, hold on, let's, B, click that. Transform. I can't. There we go. All right, and that fixes that. I think that works. Okay. And then if I copy him. All right. So then if I click him and him and him and him and him. And I cut and I delete those. Then I can copy this guy, put him there, put him there, put him there, put him there, put him there. And then all those should be connected properly. They are, so we'll just watch it when we turn it on. And then that way that guy comes out like that. Perfect. Okay. So now what I can do is I can get this guy here like so. And then I can alternate these elevators. So that guy will go there. He'll go like that. And then this guy will go here. He'll go there. He'll go there. He'll go there. And I can just do the same thing over here. Like that, like that, like that. And like that. Okay, excellent. And then this guy will go that way. And then that way it kind of zigzags around and merges in down here. And then this guy is going to be a... Just put that there. And then that will be there. Okay. And elevator here. And elevator here. No. No, I did that wrong. I had it right and I messed it up. There we go. I had it right and I messed it up. There we go. That goes there like that. Correct. That goes there like that. Correct. Stairs. There we go. That goes there like that. This gets a wooden block right here. This should be the last elevator on that side, yes. And that goes there. So that way that guy goes down around. He comes down, 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 and everything comes out one belt. And so then we can go like this. And that's going to be one of our belts. And now he's got to do the same thing over here. So we're going to grab this guy. Put him there like that. That's going to go like that. I could probably copy and paste it from this other side. But we can throw it together pretty quick. That guy goes there. That guy goes there. That guy goes there, and then this is a block. You know what? Let's copy it. B. So here, and let's confirm. That's what I was looking for. We drop that there, and then we want this. I want to F confirm. We'll drop that there. That guy goes there. And this one I'll have to build a box. Put a box here, alright. Whoops. Stand up there, stand up there. There we go, and there we go. All right, and so that guy will go down, doon, 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 doon. All right, and this will come out here like so. And then let's delete this. Let's delete this. Let's delete that, and let's delete that, and let's get 2 boxes on here. So that way it can just start running. And transform that, and we'll put one there, we'll put one there. Perfect. Let's run the money line down. Oh man, the money's way back here. Okay. And come down like so. Man, don't bump me and mess me up, man. Alright, there we go. That's going to bring the money down. That's going to buy the logs. Alright, and then we're going to have to move this guy. So we're going to have to put him like here. Alright, so we'll drop him down like that. And then this wood, we'll have to move it. Let's see here. Lab stand. We'll just come around this way. Transform. Is that the right spot? No, but it should be. Alright, so let's just bring this in here. Like so. Okay. And let's go box for here. Like so. And then another lab stand. We need nails right behind us. Grab that. And we will that guy there. Just gonna run him straight into the box. I'm gonna put this guy here. Like so. And before we connect that up, just want to get rid of these. And then, do I have enough room to take all that? I do. Get rid of that. And then let's come in here and control click those and move all that in there. There we go. And then we'll just take this, put him in there like that. And we'll delete this and that. And we're still just throwing away wood because we're backed up, but that's okay. All right, and if I hit G, it doesn't work. All right, F. F. Yep. F. Cleaning this up. All right, there we go. And now we need to move these things down. Those belts look good. So T, grab, wait, B, grab that, cut it, put that there. Okay. And then let's cut this off. Let's cut that off. And G. There we go. That worked. And then kill that. Yep. And click that and G and F. Okay, cool. And then and that, and we'll cut those. And we're gonna put these one space away right there. All right, and then put those in there. Give me those back. And we'll put those in there. All right, perfect. And then we'll just relink these up like so and like so. All right, cool. So everything's coming out at a steady clip right here. So yeah, it looks like everything's working great with our gears. So we got our wood ready to go. We got our gears going. So now we just need to do pulleys. So pulleys come from an assembler, and we're gonna drop that like right here. And if we look at our Jupiter, we need 60 per minute, and this makes 15 per minute. So we're gonna need 4 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's 60 per minute, so they can all go on a single belt because our belt speed is 120. So let's get another box here, and we will put that there just in case we need to move things and get extra room. And we will take this guy down on one belt like that and drop him in there. All right, and so that's going to be our pulleys. And to make pulleys, we need wood and we need linen rope. Okay, so linen rope, let's get that out of the way first. So that comes from a processor. Whoops. That comes from a processor. So let's drop this here. And let's do this and let's do that. And it's 10 rope per minute from 20 linen thread. Linen thread also comes from a processor. So let's drop that there. And this and linen thread. So it's 20 out of linen thread. It's 20 in of linen thread. And so now we need 60 flax fiber in. So flax fiber comes from a grinder. So let's just look at what we got over here. So this is flax right here. So it produces at 120 per minute. And then the grinder does 20 per minute. So this one plant can support 6 grinders. All right. So let's check the math on this. So that's 10 out, and this needs 15 in. So we're gonna have to do 2 of these. All right. So that means let's copy this guy and transform him, and we'll put him there. Copy this guy, transform him, and put him there. All right. So we're gonna need both of those to go into this one. So we're going to need that. And then right there is going to have to be wood. So let's, no, not that. We want an elevator. Elevator right here. Okay. And then the elevator is going to go there. And then, yeah, wood is somehow going to come in here like that. All right. So that's going to take care of that one. So we need 2 of these. And that is 60 and 60. So we only need 1 nursery to feed both of these. So if we come over here and we get our grinders, we should be able to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 like that. And then those 2 will go there, or those 3. Those 3 will go there, and then that'll get fed by a single nursery. So let's grab the nursery here. And the nursery, I guess we'll stick it here to make it math easier. And then 7, and there we go. All right, so that's that. And then we just need flax seeds. So that's what we need for, and we need 3 more of those. So that's 1. So what we can do is let's get this stand, and we'll put that there, and we'll put that there, and then we'll get a nursery. Why can I not? Oh, you don't like me. Okay, I got to do this first. Okay. And I say, I know I've stacked these things before. So we put that there. Then we build on top of it with this. Okay. And then we put our last nursery up here. Or actually our second to last nursery. All right. And rotate that guy goes that way. Okay, cool. All right. So that's 3 nurseries, and we need 4. We got to do 3 more times, but I want to go ahead and get this guy stacked. So let's get this. Let's throw that down. Let's throw that down, and we'll throw this there, and we'll put that there, and that's ready to duplicate 3 times. And so let's get lab stands. And we do that, and let's do this. Okay. And then we need blocks. So I did the wrong lab stands, because that needs to be blocks like so. And then that needs to be a block. Okay, we got it. We got it. And then let's get rid of that and get rid of that. And then we need to do the tall ones, because we got to go too high. Is that right? Yeah. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Now all of that is ready to get copied. So let's do B, and let's just do this part like that, and let me unselect that, and Let me, I need one more lab stand. Right there. Okay, cool. All right, let's try this again. B, we're gonna come here like so, and we're gonna copy all of that. That is all correct. And we're going to F to confirm it, and that's 2. And we're out of nails. Once again, all right, got more nails. And B and R and rotate. All right, and that's 3. And then now we're out of wood. Wow, okay. Let's give me that wood. Probably too much wood. B and recall. And we're going to drop that there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy we don't need. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's get these wired up. Let's copy this guy. And he goes there, and he goes there, and he goes there. That was easy. And let's just delete this real quick so we can see. All right, and then we're going to need lab stands. All right, we need the small ones here, like that. There we go. Because we're going to need that wood to come in. All right, let's grab you. Let's grab you. All right, and we need... This guy's going to have to go down and come in here. So let's go. You're gonna go like that. This is just so I can see. You're gonna go like that, and you're gonna go like that. So that way I can see you guys. All right, and so then we're gonna take this guy. He's gonna come out here, and we're gonna go like double elevator. We need a lab stand though. Our lab stand there. We are going to elevator here. And like that. And then I'll just put a block on here. Like that. There we go. That's that one. And then we are going to lab stand again. And that's going to go to there. All right. And then we need to do that. Okay. That guy goes there. All right. All right. So this guy is not going that way. All right, Q, not Q. Why did I say Q? I don't know. And little guy, there we go. 7, like so, and then elevator. And then he'll go there, up. He'll go there. All right, that's that guy. Now we just need one more set of lab stands. I think we just do the big ones. There we go. And then lab stand. And we're out of nails again. Good gracious, there's gonna be a lot of nails in this build. All right, we grab that. We're out of here. And let's just copy that, paste that there. There we go. And elevator. Gonna go there. Gonna go there. 7. And like that. All right, so that rope is going there. That rope is going there. That rope is going there. And that rope is going there. All right, so we got all that hooked up and ready to go. And now we just need to do our nurseries. And so what's happening is this guy is going to 1 and 3, but now we need to go to 2 and 4. So the easiest way that I know to do that is to get some blocks. And we're just going to go like this, like that, like that. And we're going to go like that, and like that, and like that. And then we're going to build the nursery here on level 2. Like so. And then we're just going to reroute these belts just in case they want to act funny. Like so. And then this one on the corner can get deleted. Like that. And that one can get deleted. Like that. And then we will get our big giant metal lab stand and we'll put that there. And we'll build our last nursery here. Like so. And then that's already lined up there. And we're just going to rebuild this. Make sure everything's going the right way. And it is. Okay, cool. And so now we got the money down there. Now we got to get fertilizer down there. So let's get our lab stands. And bring that. Just bring these down. There we go. And we're going to need more nails. All right. Because that's our fuel. And then... oh, I guess we don't. Because that's our fuel. Okay. Never mind. So then here... we got our fertilizer. I'm not going to waste it because we're barely making enough as it is. So we'll take it just as far as we need to go. And then let's blocks for this. And 1, 2, like so. Got him connected. All right. And then let's get block like that. And then we'll get the lab stand. Put a tall one and a tall one. Get an elevator. And that'll connect there. And that'll connect there. No, that's not right. That's going in the wrong direction. We got this. There we go. And then we're going to throw that in there. There we go. And then now we just got to get everything to these guys. So the middle is there. So we'll have that come out like that. That will go like that. That will go there. All right. And then we lab stand 1, 2, and we get another elevator right here. And that is transformed like that. There we go. And that comes up and goes like that. And 7, and that goes in there. And then let's get this out of here. And let's help this out a little bit. That's why it's always good to have a little bit of extra so you can manipulate. Throw that there, and let's just drop all this fertilizer in there and mark that red so I know I can delete it when it's empty. And I probably should have hooked it up so that it would go that way, but this is backed up anyway, so that'll go there. So we just need 4 flax seeds. Do we have those? We do. We have 6. That's nice. All right, and G, and G, and G, and G. There we go. All right, so that's going to make 120. That's going to get 120 out into 2 of those machines. And then that's going to output 20 rope. That's the word I'm looking for. And so now all we got to do is we got to feed our wood, because it still needs wood. It needs 30 wood per machine, so that's 4. So how many of these can we squeeze in here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then I guess I can put 4 there. All right, so I need 8 thingies and 4 sigils because I don't have anything on me, right? Yeah, all right. And I got money, okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And we'll come over here and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. We come here, 1, 2. All right, cool. And then this guy, he goes there. All right. I'll set him to log. Okay. Copy him and paste. And come on, you can do it. Paste and paste. All right, cool. So that is our wood. And then now the problem is we got, oh, okay. So much for getting it all done in one day. And grab that and grab that. Why aren't I getting any rope? I guess it's just that one that's backed up. Oh. Where's this going? Hold up. Did I not finish connecting this? I guess I didn't. My bad. You guys are probably yelling at me. You probably saw that. Hold on. Hold on. What's going on here? That guy's going there. And then that guy's going down. He's going in there. Why do I have... Because these aren't actually belts. That's not right. Yeah. That's the belt. That's the belt. And that's the belt. So, yeah, I messed this up right here. That's what it was. Okay. You go there. Okay. And then I just need an elevator. And that goes that way. And that goes that way. And that goes there. Okay. All right. So that is that. And then... Did I not hook up something? Why is this acting up? Okay, now it's working. And then I guess this one's doing the same mistake. And let me just check this guy. Okay, it's coming all the way now. Okay, all right. That's what it takes, man, to get this stuff tested like this. And then what are we doing? That guy's backed up. So it's 1 and 3 are working. It's what in the world is wrong with 2 and 4? 2 and 4 should be backing up now. Okay, all right. Now what I want to do is I want to move these forward. All right, cut that and move that forward 1. There we go. And then put that in there, put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. And I'm just going to hook this wood up directly instead of having it all on one belt. I'm just going to do it directly. So that way I know each one is getting 30 and I don't have to do all the math like what we had before. So let me get this elevator here. That's there. There we go. And then that'll be another elevator here. That goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. All right. And that's going to start feeding in that guy. And then those pulleys are going to start coming out. I'm going to hit this. Cut that off right there real quick. All right. So that's that. So now I need this guy. I want him to come through here like so. And oh, I just put him in there. Boom, he'll just go in there like that. All right, and then this guy, we'll have him go that way. And then what we'll do is Q lab stand. We'll lab stand him that way. And then his elevator go there and there. And then that will go like that. And then one more elevator here. There we go. And that's going to get his wood in there. And then now we just need to get this guy in there. Oh, he's just going to go like that. And we're just going to put that across like that. And then we'll get him an elevator right here. And then we'll connect that there. And 7 and into there. And 7 and into there. All right, and the reason I wanted to do that is this guy requires 30 wood. These guys are making 30 wood. And kind of like how we did the elevators here, where I wanted to make sure everything was getting divided 10, 10, 10, and 10. I just want to make sure everything's 30, 30, 30, 30, so that these guys are the most efficient possible. And so right now, so that guy, he's maxed out on his wood. He's getting close to being maxed out on his wood. This guy is not for some reason. But yeah, I mean, they're producing 30 per minute, but it's... maybe it's better if it's all on one belt. We'll try this first, and then we can always change it later. And then let's just top these guys off. And give him that. So he's 20. He's 20. He's 20. He's 20. There we go. All right. Cool. So let's connect this guy up then. There we go. And so now we've got our wood. We've got our pulleys. We've got our gears. We've got our gears. And then this is set to Jupiter. And so I'm going to let these pulleys back up for a little bit first. And so while we're waiting on that, what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and build our thing in the store, right? So we're going a little long in this video. See if I can get this done in an hour. Probably not. Where's our thing? So here's our thing for our relics. So we're going to throw that there. We're going to sell a Jupiter. All right. And then let's come over here, and this wall is going to be in the way. So why don't we just build blocks? Let's go this guy. Let's put that guy there, there, and there. And I think that's going to be too big. Let's get the shelf on here. All right, so we're going to go shelf and shelf and let's put that there. I think that works better. Make it some stairs so I can get up here. All right, and then let's just do these blocks. So let's just do this and this and this and that. I think we'll just do it there. And let's get the hopper right there. Okay. And let's get this guy, and he is go like here. Let's see, where's he come out at? Right next to that. Okay, can we get a shelf up there? Yeah. All right, we'll put a shelf there. That works. Let's come here. 7. There we go. All right, let's take that down. Come in here. Let's build another set of stairs right here. Boom. Boom. There we go. And cannon here. I'll put that there, and 7 in there. There we go. And we grab that guy and tell him to shoot right there. So now our Jupiters are going to get in the store through that cannon, assuming I can hit that thing from here. I'm going to guess I need to be like right here. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. And that's going to be the Jupiters coming out. We'll go in there and go into the store. We do need to hold some for quests. So I am going to rotate that around, put that there, mark that black. So that way we can hold at least 2 for our quest. And then are these... Okay, all my rope is backed up. That's awesome. And my wood is going strong. Okay, cool. Let's hook this up, man. Boom, 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 boom. And then there we go. We got our 120 per minute wood. We got our 180 per minute gears. We got our 60 per minute pulleys. And we're going to make a Jupiter every 10 minutes. So it's 0.1 per minute. So yeah, it's going to take 10 minutes to create our first Jupiter. So we're not going to extend the video any longer to watch that happen. But yeah, this is our Jupiter build. So if you guys have ways to improve it, this I'm not super happy with, but it works, and you know the belts are full, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, we got the nursery thing going for the pulleys, and yeah, that's that. So I mean, the only other thing we could do is if we end up being short on fertilizer, which we're not, it doesn't seem to be gone. We could double this build, and then that would give us another full belt of 120 wood. And then that would be, that could take over for this, because that's 30, 60, that's 120. So we could replace this entire thing wood with another one of these if we doubled it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, hanging out, give it a thumbs up for Alchemy Factory and the Jupiter build, man. So that is level 5 that we have now completed. We are doing everything in level 5. So the advanced fertilizer, the Jupiter, the turquoise, the transformation potion, and then all the other thing, you know, the cannons and all the other stuff like that. So level 5 is now done. We're now making our Jupiters, and we will be moving on to level 6 starting in the next one. And I may just combine going forward, just do everything on the Twitch account, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys again, once again, for watching the video, supporting the channel. We will catch all of you in the next one. Peace out.